All right. We are on to week 3. We're at the halfway point, or we're getting to the halfway point of our distance learning and our self discovery unit, which I have been so thrilled with how those of you who have been responding have been responding. It's just been an absolute pleasure and wonder to learn more about you and read about your values. So, we're going to continue with our value work somewhat this week, but what this particular video is about gratitude. So, if you watch the Oprah video already, you know that Oprah really pushes this idea or promotes this idea of a daily gratitude practice. And this is what we're going to do for 2 weeks. So, this assignment, I'm going to shoot you all out a reminder to tell you, let's get started on this right away rather than waiting until the weekend. And I really want to know what you're grateful for. Now, this is not just like some for fun activity. There's some English involved. You'll be writing or doing a creative piece to express your gratitude. You'll have some options, which I'll go over in a minute. And then there's also like an actual internal process that happens when we do take the time to actually express gratitude. Not to just think, oh, I'm grateful. Cool. Like we're all grateful sometimes, right? But to actively make an effort each day to discover something for which you are grateful. So let's go over the actual work. Now, gratitude, the word gratitude comes from the Latin root of gratis or gratis, which means grace, gratuity, which is kind of the same thing as gratitude, um, well being. It's all positive, right? Everything that's associated with that Latin root is a positive word. Remember the word denotation, which we learned earlier in the school year. Denotation means the actual meaning of something, and then connotation is like how it makes us feel. So the denotation of gratitude is one of positivity. It has a positive denotation. It actually means something positive. The connotation of gratitude is also positive, so it's good on both sides. Now, thinking about how gratitude comes from this word that means grace, something that gives you purpose, right? Something that allows you to sometimes make mistakes and it's okay. Thinking about that as something that reflects in the word gratitude, I want you to apply that this next 2 weeks as you look for something to be grateful for every day. Some days may be really easy. You're like, oh, I'm grateful for this, this, and this, no problem. And some days you might be like, I'm grateful that I breathed today, right? Like Oprah talked, be grateful for your breath if you have nothing else to be grateful for. Um, I'm grateful that I ate, or I'm grateful that I um, looked outside today and saw a blue sky, right? So it can be something really simple, or it can be something like, wow, I'm so grateful, that um, somebody brought me home a pizza, right? That's a big thing. You don't always get to have a pizza. Um, Whatever it is that comes to your mind, there is going to be zero judgment on what your gratitudes are every single day. So go into Canvas and check out the gratitude assignment. So there's the very first thing, which is just to watch that very short Oprah video and then do a quick response on it. And then the second part, and this is worth 40 points, and it's pretty easy. You just have to do it every day. And I really want you to do it every day. Don't like fake it, right? Don't wait until the end of the week and then say, I'm just going to go back and do all the days. If you miss a day, just miss it, but try to do every single day. So I'm giving you 2 weeks for the assignment. Now, I would love to do it for 3 weeks, but I am not going to make you do that. But I would hope that some of you will continue to do it. It takes 21 days to build a habit. And creating a habit of gratitude can be really a wonderful thing for your own happiness. There have been studies done. The one that I most recently read, and I linked up for you in Canvas in the Oprah assignment, is a study that was done through Harvard Health, so reputable for sure, where they took individuals, these 3 different groups, and they had one group who wrote every day about something they're grateful for. They had one group that wrote every day about something that really was a bummer that they were not happy happened. And then one group that just did like nothing, right? And so the group, probably not that surprising, that wrote about what they were grateful for showed at the end higher levels of happiness and joy. And the group that did nothing was just kind of like as they were. And the group that wrote about negative things, which is more what we tend to do, right? If you're thinking about your day, how often are you like, wow, so many great things happened today? It's so much easier. And it's kind of human nature for us instead to be like, oh, today really sucked and here's why. If we talk to our friends, how often do you go up to your friends and you say, hey, listen, I just want to tell you how amazing you are and I really appreciate you as a friend. And you know what? Here are some really cool things that happened to me today. And we share our positive things. No, more often we go up and we're like, oh, you won't believe what so and so said. Or let me tell you about what happened to me. You're not going to believe it. We always want to share that like juicy, messy gossip, right? That really does nothing to help us personally lift ourselves up. So, the group that had the negative thoughts that they wrote down every single day, which, like I just said, is something we typically do, not maybe write down, but we like think them, they showed high levels of depression. They were not happy with their lives. They were like, ugh, everything sucks. Well, of course, if that's all we're ever thinking about, then it does seem like everything is awful. If we focus and we take the time to say, you know what, today was a hard day, but this one thing happened that was really good, we will be able to find joy in other things. Oprah talked about how the person who is grateful for the $2 in their pocket is going to be able to get to the $5 in their pocket rather than the person who is thinking about how they don't have $50 in their pocket and they only have $2 is probably not going to have the positive energy to make it to the $5. So think about how when you're grateful, it actually can help you achieve more in your life. Personal story. When I was going through a really difficult time in my life, very depressed, not sure how to find my peace in the world, not sure like what the point of anything was. After about a year of feeling really this way, I decided I'm done. I do not want to cry every day. I do not want to feel this terrible every single day. And I didn't know what to do. At that time in my life, I didn't have any insurance. And so going to therapy was going to be a really expensive thing if I would have selected to do that. That is a really great option. And if that's something that you would like, please make sure you talk to me because we definitely have options through the school where we can help you get hooked up with therapy for free. So that's always a great option. Now, for me at that time, that wasn't an option. So I thought, what else can I do? So I started a blog called Project See Life, meaning I wanted to see life, like what's the point of this life? And every single day I committed myself for 365 days. Now I'm asking you guys to do 14. I did this for a whole year. I committed myself to finding something to be grateful for or something that was beautiful in the world. I wrote about it. I posted a picture. Life changing. This helped me so much. And you know what? It's not a substitute for therapy or medication or whatever else you need to help you get through your difficult times, but it helped me personally immensely. It helped me get out of that slump. It helped me know that there was purpose in living. It helped me to know that I could achieve things. It helped me to find what I liked. It helped me reconnect with my values. Okay, for me, it was helping me reconnect with art, which is something that's really important to me. And I'm going to share with you in our next lesson, which is still this week, but other video. And it was something that absolutely put me in the right direction. After I did that, I actually went back to school. I got my teaching credential and my master's, and I changed my whole trajectory of what I was doing with my life. Trajectory means direction. Um, and now I'm here with all of you and super happy. All right. So your assignment is to either make a copy of the document I gave you on Canvas, which has 2 weeks worth of days on it, or at least until I think Sunday of next week. So maybe 13 or 14 days. And it just has put the date in, write what you're grateful for. And then I also want you to write how you lived into your values that day. So, like for me today, one way that I'm living into my values is I did yoga this morning. And that's like really all I would have to write. Maybe I would give some explanation around it. Maybe I wouldn't. Yesterday, I had a great day of living into my values because I promised myself I would not get on my scale and I would not talk about bodies or food all day long because I get really obsessive about those kinds of things. And making that commitment to myself really, really helped me to have just a more joyful day. So think about how you're living into your values. There's an example on Canvas of what that looks like. Now, there are multiple ways you could do this. You could do it on that document. That's totally fine. Maybe you want to be creative with it. How about if you have an Instagram account or a TikTok or something like that? How about you post every day? Now, if you do that, I got to see it. All right. So you either need to invite me to look at it, or you need to take screenshots of what you're doing and send them to me so that I can see those couple of weeks that you did that work. But that's a great way. Like I said, I did a blog because I actually wanted it to be very public so that I would be accountable for doing it. And I think it helped other people too. So sometimes when you post what you're grateful for, maybe ask in your post, what are you grateful for? And it'll help other people to see something beautiful around them as well. Here's my journal. You can definitely keep a journal and just keep in mind that I do want to see these things. So you would take a picture and then send it to me. Um, and unless it's something that you all know that I'm a mandated reporter. So unless you have something in there that I have to report about you hurting yourself or somebody hurting you, then it's just going to stay with me. It's nothing that I'm sharing with other people. All right. So you decide how you want to do this. And let's see what we're grateful for this week.